Patricia Cecil.
Yes, ma'am. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar kabila. Alhamdulillah kashila. Jamala, God help we.
Amen.
As we get there today, Papa, go to Commander there, with brother and sister, they all don't come visit we today. Let Allah put blessing upon we all. Let today, as we don't carry out today, let the blessing will be followed anyway, any sermon go. Let God put blessing upon we business. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ بالله فلق من شر ما خلق من شر حاسد إذا وقب من شر النفاثات في العقد من شر حاسد إذا حسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إن كنت من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إن كنت من الظالمين Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Father God, as we don't get that today, we don't get forgo too much because this now pandemic, we get forgo quick and the mommy get forgo quick. Inshallah, suma inshallah. Sallallahu Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Al-Fatiha. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Thank you so much, Corporal Patricia Cecil. Next is a Christian prayer by Corporal Patricia Samuel.
In Jesus' mighty name we pray.
Amen.
Father God, we tell you thank you. Lord, we appreciate you this morning. Papa God, we give you glory, we give you honor. As you don't make it possible, we all long care, Lord. Papa God, we grant this occasion into your hands. Papa God, whatever thing we discuss here, Papa God, may you send you grace and mercy over us. Papa God, whatever sins we don't commit, oh Lord, the one what we know, the one we don't know, we say, Lord, have mercy. We say, have mercy. Papa God, we commit this army into your hands. May this army be a mighty army. May this army be a powerful army. Papa God, we commit we the ladies into your hands. We are a powerful ladies, Lord. We know we can do better. Papa God, give us the courage. Give us the grace, oh Lord. Father, we know we serve. Papa God, give us the mighty Lord. Father, we get convinced so we serve, Papa God. Lord, we believe in ourselves, Lord. Whatever things we do, oh God. Papa God, just give us the courage, Lord. Lord, we get respect for each other, oh Lord. Papa God, we pray for love. We pray for unity among we women, Lord. Papa God, we say, take mercy, oh God, over us. We commit with Mama into your hands. Lord, as you don't count at this place, oh Lord. We pray, oh God, whatever good thing you have for us, oh Lord. Papa God, we say, church in heart. Let continue to think of we. We commit our commander into your hands. Papa God, give them the grace, oh God. Papa God, if we get fearness in you, we will always do the right thing. Papa God, let your blessing take place. We commit to Mama. We pray that, oh God, this nation will be a great nation. Let the end, oh God, where they try to achieve, oh God, let them. We say, Lord, have mercy upon us, oh God. Papa God, once more, whatever thing they discuss, oh God, I will open this program. Take control, Lord. Take control, oh God. Let God make we achieve, Papa God. Whatever thing the mommy want to for we say empower, Lord. Yeah, the strength. Yeah, the power. Yeah, the grace, oh Lord. Hey, for do whatever thing you want for you. Lord, have mercy. We will call upon you in our midst, Daddy. Whatever thing we discuss, Papa God. We hope, oh God, we see her and control her. We commit everything for your hands, Lord. Take part, care, control, oh Lord. We ask through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Lord's prayer.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you so much, Corporal Patricia Samuel, for that wonderful prayer. Now, once to know why we are here. And for us to know why we are gathered here this morning at the AKCC place.
Permission again, sir. Our esteemed and vibrant First Lady, Madam Fatima Madabio, the Minister of Defense, the CDS, the Commander Joint Force, ACDSs, Commander 3 Brigade, senior officers present, ASLAF service women, good morning.
Good morning.
I am Captain AKCC. I'm here this morning to give an opening statement and declaration of purpose. I must say, we are blessed at this era to have our First Lady, the Mother of the Nation, for the second time in this year in our midst. I don't know history that much, but I'm sure with my own little knowledge, this has never happened. In the history of ASLAF, since the first batch of females were recruited in 1978 to date, we are not better than them, nor are we unique more than them. It's because the era which we are in and the type of mother God has blessed us with. She is a mother that does not just attend program for the icing of men or to fulfill her role, but when she attends program, which I've been following up since before election to date, when she attends, she listens, and when she gives her word, she ensures, she follows, and that makes her unique.
Thank you.
And we as service personnel, we should emulate that character. Our word should always be our bond. People will respect you for what you say and what you do. Ma'am, you are highly welcome in our midst. Earlier this year, we had a program which she celebrated us during the International Women's Day. She didn't just come and celebrated with us physically, but she gave us awards, which has never happened. Even when nominations are being done for HE awards, it's not to my knowledge that women have been nominated. Some of us have served more than 14 years. Some have served more than 20 years. None have ever received award even for long service and good conduct. But she came, she celebrated us, and she awarded us for our good work. And I know that's not going to be the end. Many of us will receive same award. We just need to work hard and be disciplined. Whatever we are doing, we should know that the military, the backbone is discipline. When you are disciplined, you'll be able to survive in this male-dominated institution. During the program, there was a particular session wherein we wanted donation, but she said, no, I'm not going to donate like that. What I require from you people is to contribute a little amount, and then I will come and then had at least 20% or 50%, I think, 50%, so that you will know that that money, it's your money. Because where your money is, your heart is there.
Yes. Yes.
And today, she's here to fulfill that promise.
Amen.
The initiative is our initiative, but we are benefiting from that initiative.
Thank you.
And that initiative will help empower women in the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. Because we know not everybody can acquire university education. Not everybody can acquire formal education. Some can be educated in different forms as long as we are able to do something which will help you even at your retirement age. It will aid you for your exit strategy to survive in the civil war.
Exactly.
We need to make use of it. those that will be opportune to benefit from this era, when you are sent, please, don't disappoint her. Don't disappoint her efforts.
Okay.
Don't frustrate her energy that she is striving to empower women, not even in the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, but Sierra Leone at large.
Exactly.
To make sure we make use of it. The results should come out, and not just any kind of result, but success that will benefit the institution and also will benefit Sierra Leone at large. Once again, ma, I welcome you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Captain KCC, for your nice and persuasive words. Now I want to have the background of service women empowerment scheme. And this will be done by no less a person but by our president, Major Cecilia Mono. Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Please permit me to stand on existing protocols. I'm overwhelmed.
Thank you.
I'm happy
Sure.
to receive our mama. No other person but our dynamic first lady. Mrs. Fatima Madabio. Indeed, ma, you are the talk and do mama.
Yes, sir.
You are the mama every children, every child, every word will be proud of. I want to, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say a very thank you, ma, and welcome to this headquarters. And before I proceed, for those that may not know why we are here, even though Captain Harris has given us the background of the program today, we are here today to celebrate a success that has never happened,
Oh, yes.
which is the empowerment of female service personnel. I have been in this institution for 23 years. I've never seen this day.
Yes.
It is not only my wish, but it is the wish of all the ladies, not only those that are present here, but those that are also in the provinces, to see that at the end of the tunnel, there is a light.
Amen.
The light is, we have been striving, we have been knocking doors for people to come to our aid. But today, that dream has been a reality.
Amen.
The background of the Service Women Empowerment Fund came about in 2009 as a result of an idea born by Brigadier retired Kestoria Kabia. At that time, we were barely below 300 as a female strength in the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. Since it was very difficult at that time to access funds to support women's empowerment, and the gender agenda has been gaining momentum, wherein there was a need for the AGSRAF to increase in the recruitment of female personnel, she decided that we should do an inward contribution of 10,000. 5,000 goes for educational empowerment or women's empowerment, and then the 5,000 for welfare. Let me give a breakdown on this educational empowerment and welfare. When a service personnel, especially a female, dies, we are the first people to pay condolence message to the bereaved family. We don't only go there as female colleagues, but we go there as a traditional people, wherein we go with 500,000. 80% of the cases, it is that our 500,000 that will kickstart any funeral arrangements in those deceased homes. When a female service personnel is sick or put to bed, we go with 250,000 as a help for medical. There are numerous times wherein female service personnel, they go to the hospital, they give back, there is nothing, especially when the month is a little bit challenging, especially financially. When a female service personnel loses any close member of her family, we are the first to go there. Over the years, this has been the crux of the matter, the bond, the glue that has kept us together. For the educational empowerment, officers, some are not here, that have benefited from this educational empowerment. Some came in with just maybe 2 or 3 words. Through the educational empowerment, they were able to receive the WAS exam and get the requirements to be commissioned as officers. We have empowered vocational courses in the field of catering, tailoring, even the specialist courses like SCCHN at that time, CHO, midwifery, so many, to name but few. Now, with the advent of more women in the army, the 10,000 or the 5,000 that goes towards educational empowerment becomes obsolete. This year, WAS alone is 950,000 per candidate. How many of the 500 can we put together to pay for candidates? It was a Herculean task, but thank God for your timely intervention, ma'am. The challenges the service women are facing in terms of women empowerment, needless I overemphasize. I've already highlighted some of the challenges, ma'am, but let me name the few that have emerged with the recruitment of more women. Before this time, there are units that were no-go areas for women, like the electrical and mechanical units. You only find women in the garage. And their contribution in the garage was very minimal because they don't have the requisite skills. Now, if you go to IMI, you will see women in all the departments. Last month, when we were assured of your fulfillment or of the fulfillment of your promises, we sent out a message to all the female personnel that those that are interested in pursuing vocational studies should come forward and explain which area and how will this be benefit, not only during their military careers, but also when they go on retirement. Ma, let me draw your attention to those that have retired recently. 98% of them are without a job because all through their military career, they were just focused on the day-to-day military activity, forgetting that one day they will leave this job. They were not prepared, but we here, we are prepared. We have learned a lot from their mistakes, and we don't want to be like them. Now, we have female who have opted to pursue vocational training. The money you are going to present us, ma'am, let me just highlight how we intend to spend that money. We have women who have opted for auto electrical courses, auto mechanic courses, generator course, refrigeration and air conditioner, IT, both basic and advanced, WASC, Beke, catering, tailoring, and we have also plant operators. We have women at the engineers regiments that have, in the past, they have had training on plants, but there are other machineries that they would like to specialize in. We have that. We also have women who have cried to us as colleague women that they want to pursue adult literacy. They are ashamed when they go to the bank to ask colleagues who have gone there to cash money to fill in the check. Sometimes they pay cashier to fill the checks. They have cried to us that for them, if not for anything, they want to be literate. They want, when they go to the bank, nobody knows how much money they will cash out. Lastly, the 34 mortuary, we don't have female attendants there. When a female service personnel die, we are at the mercies of the men attendants there. And we all as traditional people, we know, even in our villages, when a woman dies, the women around are called to give her the last respect. In our own case, it is not like that. Now, we have had 4 women who have opted to go in for the mortuary attendance course so that they can fill that gap. Part of this money that you are going to present to OSMA will go towards that. If not for anything, but for mortuary attendance, I personally pray whatever you intend to do will, excuse me for the distraction. I pray whatever you lay your hands to do will be for the glory of God. And I also want to appeal that let your support not be limited to just women's empowerment, especially the middle cadre, but also consider us. We too, as officers, we need empowerment. It is our right to be empowered. We want to go to international staff courses, if not for anything, but to enrich our CVs like our male counterparts. And the quota system in the MOD is very limited. They cannot consider us. But through your office, we are appealing that we know you are mama of the nation and you are a mixer. There is no door you knock on that somebody doesn't come out to respond to you. We are appealing. When you go out to these nations, you please appeal. When you go out to these nations for the benefit of Mama Salome, please also consider us, the military officers, that they start to provide slots for us to do military courses and also academic courses, ma'am. I thank you very much. Another hand of applause for our we will be equipped and we will be empowered, we will be educated and we will be literate because we are talking. Now, next on the program, we have the statement from the Chief of Defense Staff. Sir, you are welcome.
Thank you very much for the ceremony. I know the last statement is not only going to the First Lady, but also to the senior management. Rest assured that we consider you. While I was coming, I see the call for the male soldiers. They asked me to ask, Excellency, when their turn, when is their turn? So, ma'am, is just because when the male counterpart. Our distinguished guest of honor, our able First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, the Honorable Minister of Defense, the Man of the Air Force, ACDS is here. President, Command 3 Brigade, senior officers, distinguished invited guests, members of the 4th Estate, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I am Lieutenant General Suleiman Sise, the Chief of Defense Staff of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Let me join other speakers to warmly welcome our distinguished guest of honor, Her Excellency the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, to headquarters, Joint Force Command, and to also thank her most profoundly on behalf of the entire AXLAF and her dependents for the laudable initiative and provision of a micro grant to serving women of the Republic of Sierra Leone Forces. Indeed, now, for those of you who don't understand, this one is just one of the smallest venture Her Excellency has embarked upon. If you go to the 34 military hospital, you will see changes. And those changes are the initiative of Madam First Lady. So that's one the reason why we're here, so that we can also register our profound gratitude and to inform her that the senior management of the Republic of Sierra Leone Forces has considered to pay a visit to Her Excellency, the First Lady, for that laudable venture. So now we expect a report very soon, and want that to happen before Friday next week. Inshallah. Today's launch of the micro grant for our female colleagues symbolizes a great chapter in the history of empowerment of women in the Republic of Sierra Leone Forces. While the leadership of the Minister of Defense greatly acknowledges the role and contribution of our serving women in uniform, like almost all other institutions across and all sectors, the plight of our women in uniform has been one that confronts us all at all times. However, this has not been lost on us, as the leadership of the Republic of Sierra Leone Forces has been and is taking deliberate actions to improve and empower our female colleagues, both officers and other ranks. For example, this year alone, we had 55% of the total number of applicants for study leave with government of Sierra Leone sponsorship was awarded to female personnel to pursue various courses of study in order to accelerate their capacity building and help overcome some of the barriers confronting them. This has never happened in the history of the Republic of Sierra Leone Forces. As an armed force, we have engaged and are partnering with other institutions, including the UN Women and the LC Initiative Fund, to help address barriers confronting the women in uniform. The launch, therefore, of the micro grant for our serving personnel today is in fulfillment of the pledge made by our guest of honor, as was earlier highlighted by one of the speakers. So that's why we're here today. This micro grant will greatly accelerate the empowerment efforts already embarked upon by the Ministry of Defense and by extension the government of Sierra Leone. Of course, at the moment, we have about 10% ratio of women at present in the AXLAF. This support by the First Lady in providing this micro grant will in no small way be useful to address the inclusive empowerment of our sisters and comrades in the profession of this arm. At this juncture, let me at this stage close my few remarks by thanking our distinguished guests of honor, Her Excellency the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, and by extension, the Commander-in-Chief of the Republic of Sierra Leone, and the government for this great transformative support. Once more, I want to thank you very much now for coming and expect us very soon. Thank you very much.
Chief of Defense Staff. I wanted to say thank you already. There is a little bit change on the program. We could have got the assessment from the Minister of Defense, but that has been changed. Now, next on the program, we want to invite our guest of honor. Without much protocol, our guest of honor is not less a person, but the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Madam Fatima Marabio.
Thank you very much. Please have a seat. Good morning. Let me first pay my respects to the Minister of Defense and the CDS, the Joint Force Commander, and this morning I just saw my uncle, so I have to behave myself. I'm so humbled to be in your presence again. Very much happy that we're having this conversation as women, and we're doing this with our male counterparts. That I keep saying to women, we cannot be promoting ourselves and asking ourselves to solve our problems, because we need the men to help us solve our problems. So I'm so pleased that today we have all of them, the people that can change the ASLAB, the people that can change the way women are treated in the ASLAB. I'm so humbled that the Minister is here, the CDS is here, the Joint Force Commander is here. And I know my only two interaction with them, I know that they are gender friendly. I don't know where I know they. But I know they are gender friendly. But I also like to bring to the attention of our gentlemen here that for anything to be successful, it's not that women does it better, but when you bring a woman along, they work harder and they give their all. So they make your job easy for you. Because when that job is successful, you as the man, you take the compliments, knowing full well that, you know, there was somebody who supported you. And what women like and what women appreciate is just the word thank you, and we do more. So take us along, please. I want to singularly take this opportunity to congratulate my sister and a friend, for her dedication and tenacity and her pushfulness to get me to see what I was totally blind to see, not in a bad way, but understanding that not because women wear uniform, that means that their problems are solved. And make me see the military women not as hardcore women, because when you see military uniform, definitely you know what that means. I live with one in my house every day. They don't smile. They always like front face. Even when they're happy, you don't know. So I've always thought, you know, the military, everything is okay for the women, even when they don't smile. Well, I mean, it taught me a lesson, and I'm grateful that you are part of the company and making me understand. I don't know everything in this country, so it takes women like you to enlighten me and make me see the things that I needed to do. So even if the military was not part of my agenda, I make it my agenda. So thank you. I also want to say thank you to the leadership of the military. I wanted to have a hospital. I wanted to have the best hospital in this country. And I said to myself, if I'm going to have a hospital, as the only legacy as the first lady of this country, at least I know I've done something. But then I went around this country, and I looked at all the hospitals and I saw what's happening in every hospital in this country. And then realized that the 34 hospital does not only cater for military officers, but cater for the community. And as many people in this country trust and believe the military hospitals. So in my own little self, I said, why go and build a new hospital when you can build everything in 34? And that's the reason why I've taken that venture. And my plan is that by the end of next year, this time, we would have had a women's ward, which is totally dedicated for only women. We'll have a men's ward dedicated for only the men. We'll have a children's ward that will be dedicated for only children and their parents. We'll have an administrative building because I want to move some of the officers here to 34 so that they can have offices to 34. I'm not saying you move, I'm provoking you. But, we'll have an ultra-modern administrative building because if we build all the hospital and the people who are managing the hospital don't have a place to manage the hospital properly, it's of no use. We will have that. But the most exciting part of the project really, two parts of this project. When I first went to the military hospital, my idea is just to go and build an excellence center. I was just going to build an excellence center, a center that will be there to protect women and children. And that when a woman has an issue, when a children has an issue in terms of abuse, we have a place to take them where they will be protected. And knowing full well that the military are there, they will be protected. And if you want to try, you will look at yourself and ask yourself, do I really want to go to 34 and cause any problem? So we are going to have an ultra-modern excellence center. It's actually a safe home, but safe home means, when you say safe home, as if we are in crisis or there's a big trouble in Sierra Leone. So we modernize the name and call it an excellence center. So we're going to have the best excellence center Sierra Leone will provide in this country, and that will be hosted in the 34 hospital. For you that are in the nursing field, when the leadership came to me about the nursing school, I thought, no, my women, if they're going to be nurses, they have to be in a very classy place called a nursing school. So from next week, we're going to start changing everything in that place and make it an ultra-modern nursing school. I went around the hospital. Before I even confronted the leadership, I knew that what 34 is lacking is privacy. That is what is lacking. Now, with the Excellence Center, we will have the first underground parking for 34. So we will have enough parking space. But what we'll have a state-of-the-art private ward for our dignitaries. When I go and visit officers who have served this nation and meet them in a place where I normally met them, that's not the place for them. So we're going to have a proper private ward to give them that dignity for serving our nation and for thanking them, give them a better place so that when they are sick, they know they're coming from home and they go into home. So we will have that. All of these 7 buildings, we're not going to just, water and paint anything. We are going to do an ultra-modern building. We are going to take 34 and change it to 21st century hospital. We are in the new millennium. So in the new millennium, I believe that the hospital of the military has to be the best. I went to the military hospital in Senegal, I went to the military hospital in Ghana, I went to the military hospital in Nigeria. When the president is sick, that's the first place they take their president before they make any other decision. They will only make a decision if they can't handle it. And I've not seen any of those military hospitals in the sub-region that cannot handle every cases in the world. So I'm hoping that the 34 will be the same. That we will have the best and will produce the best, and that the service people that will be working there will do the best for our nation and continue to serve our nation. Now back to our micro grants. I challenge Major Manu that for them to achieve, to be part of the micro grants, because the micro grants really It's for women that are selling cake and water, fish. These people that don't have businesses and they expected to benefit from a government. And I see those are you have more women in those fields than people with proper businesses and registered businesses. So the micro grant was for those women. And now I said to Mono, now if you people want to benefit from this micro grant, you will have to contribute like those women. You contribute your own money. Whatever you contribute, you know, you come with 50 million, I'll give you 25 million on top of it, so that you now have 70 million. But the 50 million, bear in mind, is your money. So I will be giving you 25 million. But, you know, every time I go around and I think about the problems in this country, I change my mind and change my mind and change my mind. So this morning, I want to say here, instead of giving, because the money we received from the military was 50 million. And that 50 million is purely your money. So we're going to return that money back to you this morning. You have your money, and we are not giving you 25 million, which we promised we are going to give you. We are going to give you 150 million. We'll give you 150 million, and when I say we will give you, it's not check, we'll give you cash now. So my chief of staff will hand over. My chief of staff will return your 50 million first, because that's your money. And then the money that we're giving you this morning is 150 million. So it'll be 200 million, but 50 million. But remember, the 50 million is your money. So we'll give your money back. We'll give it back. Now the 150 million, that's what we have to have a deal on. The 150 million is money to you free, first of all. But there's a catch.
After you know about it.
Now there's a catch. Everything you've explained here, everything that you said you're going to do with this money, I am hoping that I will get a documentation to certify that that money was spent the way you said it was spent. I'll give you an example. I mean, the first year of being the first lady of this country, I helped to build the vocational school at the police Kingston Barracks. Now, when I gave the police 150 million, they use that money to make sure the vocational school is running. And they use that money to make sure they take care of their barracks in terms of water. Because again, that is one thing they told me is a big problem within the barracks with the police. So, and most of the kids that come out very early in the morning, and that's where they become victims of sexual abuses. So they told me those are the problems. Now there are certain places which we are going to do the boreholes for them. In fact, we've done the police barracks in Bo. We've done the police barracks in we've done the police barracks in Bo, we've done the police barracks in Kenima, and we're working on the one in Connaught. and we are going to continue to do that. But they also have gone around and looked at the ones that are very prone barracks for sexual abuses. They're putting water in all of these barracks so that we don't have those situations. I'm not saying that's what you guys need to do, but I'm just explaining to you what the police have done. And I'm hoping that you people will do the same thing and utilize the money in a very good way so that it makes it easy for me next year to come back and say, I want to give more. Because when I give and you don't spend the money the way you're supposed to spend it, then there's no need for me to come back. So that's the only catch on this. You've outlined everything that you wanted to do with the money, which I believe will transform the female sector of the military. I know it will change lives and it will touch lives. So when that happens, then it gives me more courage to come back and give more. So I'm hoping that this morning you will utilize it the way you said you're going to utilize it. And you gave us a report on how you've utilized it. And after the report, we'll make another pronouncement. So I want to thank you also very much this morning for welcoming us. This is the first time I'm coming into a military conference room in Sierra Leone. And it looks...
It's deliberate. This is deliberate, man.
It does need a 21st century style. That's all I would say. But they are my husband, so, when I see, I go back to His Excellency and say, Ava, go do something about like this. So I'm very grateful. And for the men, don't worry. When we build the hospital, you guys are the main. The hospital is yours. Yeah. Don't worry too much. Let the women just, they say to Lavahon all the time, when you woman they laugh every morning, you go work. You will be productive man. Yes. When you woman it takes long in the morning, when you go work, you take stress and go, and you'll be very unproductive. So if your women in the military are smiling, they make life easy for you. If you see a woman grumbles and grumbles and grumbles, it's because something is not right. We are not demanding. We just ask for partnership. Yes. So I want us all to be working together and make them smile. I promise you the military is going to be a very, very successful military. And 300 ladies we recruited the last time. 300. And because that was before the CDS. And when they said we have to, we want to give maybe this portion to men, he said, no, this is for the women. So that's why I said, I know some that are very gender, sensitive and accept that part of it. Because I knew when that recruitment came, they said we had to recruit 300 into the military. He stood with me and stood by me and fought that the whole 300 recruitment should be for women. So I believe that you will recruit your babies and then you let them perish. Right? So let us just believe that every one of them is like retired Brigadier Julius Matabele. Because when a man empowers you, you do more. Yeah. Empower us, we'll do more, and we'll give you peace. And we sabi for frustrate them. So just give us the free will to do something. We'll give you all the peace that you deserve in this world. Thank you, ladies, and continue to do this.
Wow. We can have our seats, please. Let's have our seats. And let's give a round of applause again to our first lady. Madam, you've said it all, and we promise that we will do our best with God by our side and through our dear President, Major Cecilia Munu. Now, it's come and do time. We want to invite, at this moment, the presentation of the wonderful micro grants, our 150 million. So now we want to invite the presentation of this micro grants. Madam First Lady, please.
No, Salim will do that.
Salim, Chief of Salim.
Her Excellency, Madam First Lady, Honorable Minister of Defense, the Chief of Defense Staff, the Commander Joint Force, and all other CDS, distinguished, beautiful ladies and gentlemen. Let me, on behalf of Her Excellency, the First Lady, to officially, you want me to unveil the package? Okay. This is not the paper of maker on Amonigwe. And I can understand and Major Munu in frustration. This morning I wake me with the messages that people have been sent to her. And that didn't affect business, but that money not the common, so that I don't see our money self. So I always keep telling and say anything, and not say, but anything where First Lady talk. Because it's fortunate for married to a talk and do president. So anything where he talk, he go do it. So when I go tell and I say, house slap women, he say, Salim, he say, well, they give them shocking, let them wait for you. So inside this bag, now 200 million. The 50 million, when you contribute, will they give you back? Then the mommy puts 150 million. So that means say we get 200 million. Not also? Yes. So they pull out, we'll cash out. So and they pull you 50 million. If you come back, you can't take, and then who said you want 50? So come. So you put for me 50 million. Put on. Put out. Yeah. Fine. Same. So check and back.
And then they may give it.
Money didn't come to I wish not so good. Wait. Then comes the money. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. You don't know. That 50 million will be going to be behind this. Take your money, this. When I get back. So now who will you now? So, are you 50 million not or so? So who waiting if I may bring come? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. These are not 150 million. Yes. Not to talk and do. So let's give the country a very big one. So that's not inside the Bible. This is not for the joke, for the media. When I not say the chief of staff, the bank said, you already will still see inside. At 200 million will bring cash. 50 million are the one way house love women contribute. Her Excellency give 150 million. Salah Muhammad. Juma Mubarak.
Wow, this is really wonderful. Now I want to have our closing courtesies by Sub-Lieutenant Scarborough. Closing courtesies.
Please permit me to stand on existing protocol. I am Sub-Lieutenant Nkab. Her Excellency, ma'am, on behalf of the Ulster Service Union and the Ulster as a whole, I say thanks to you, our beautiful, dynamic, and unconventional person. I say thanks to you for your assiduous effort in nation building. Because you are now helping the Ulster field. But we are not, it's not just us that are going to benefit. Our families are out there. Our friends are out there. By the time we are capacitated and empowered, we will not only benefit ourselves, but we will benefit the nation as a whole. Yes. As the saying goes, empowering a woman is empowering a nation. We all know when a woman is educated, the type of things she does in a surrounding and environment. I would like to assure you that this financial help will not be put to waste. As highlighted by the President of the Service Women, who is not less a person but Major Munu, we are craving, many of us here are craving for empowerment, and we appreciate your efforts. The Chief of Defense Staff himself assured us due consideration. That is to show how convincing you are, madam. As you clearly mentioned, women make work lighter. We have been and witnessed the wonderful work you have been doing. We want to say thanks, not only for your interest in the women of Ulster, but also for the Excellence Center and the Nursing School, which will not only benefit the Ulster personnel and their dependents, but also the country as a whole. Finally, ma'am, your inception into the affairs of the Ulster Service Women has been and will continue to be a blessing Once more, we say thank you for being a mother to the nation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Master. I want to add my voice to yours by saying thank you to our Chief of Defense Staff, the ladies and gentlemen here, especially our ladies. We made this to this place. It was really this morning. I was worried. Wow, when these ladies to this place, and indeed, we have an overflow here outside. So we just want to say thank you for your time that you took upon to come to this place. Now we want to have short refreshment. Very short. Yeah, dance, okay, downstairs. Down you can sing. Okay. I think that will not speak for everybody. That will be for select for us. For us, for females. We please invite, we want to invite the First Lady to have a group photo with CDS, and thereafter, yes sir, thereafter all the females, for record keeping sake, because this is talk and do time.
DJ, music please. DJ, you can pop up your music.
Yeah.